Jesus said some pretty stout stuff. Today we want to talk about shaking the dust off your feet. Hello, I'm Eddie Lawrence, and here's today's devotional thought. We're in Mark chapter 6, verse 11, after Jesus is sending out his disciples by two and giving them instructions. Then he says, those who won't receive you or hear you, shake the dust off your feet as a testimony against them. He goes on to say, like Sodom and Gomorrah is judged, these people are going to be responsible for what they've heard as well. So that's pretty stout. Shake the dust off your feet. But what's involved here? Now remember, Jesus himself, we saw, he went about in a circuit teaching in the villages. Now he's sending out his disciples. This is itinerant ministry. They have an assignment. They have a purpose. Go into an area, find who will receive you, kind of set up a base camp there, and then minister in that area. Then he says that when you leave, the people that wouldn't hear you, wouldn't receive you, you shake the dust off your feet. In other words, it's like you're going to leave all that behind. You were faithful. You did what the Lord gave you to do. You shared faithfully. And so there's a testimony against the people who heard and refused to receive or even refused to hear. That'll be between them and the Lord. So there's a couple of things here. A testimony against them. In other words, there's an accountability in people's life when they've heard the truth or had the opportunity to hear but turned away from it. But also I think we could say by principle that you don't need to carry into the next season that God's leading you to all the bad stuff that's behind you, like the criticism, the persecution, the people who spoke against you, who wouldn't receive you, didn't understand you, that rejected you, hurt you, mistreated you. Leave that behind. So there's some different meanings that we can draw from application here, but the primary thing is it's concerning them. They've heard, and they have to give an account to the Lord for what they've heard. Now, everybody will give an account. Even our own conscience bears witness against sin. God created us so that we know, hey, this is wrong. I mean, we have an internal compass, skewed, yes, by the curse, but still every man will give an account of himself to God. You don't want to be someone that the dust has been shaken off because of your refusal to hear about the goodness of God through his son, Jesus Christ. And these disciples, Jesus is training them, and this reminds us as well, your ministry is going to be primarily among people who can receive from you, and not everybody is going to do that. And sometimes we can moan and groan because people aren't receiving. What we need to do is rejoice with those who do receive and pray for those who don't, and leave that between them and the Lord. Amen. Hey, I got to go. You probably do too. Thanks for hanging out with me. Have a blessed day. I appreciate you sharing this with others.